Hi, welcome to an out of character video. A while back, a really long time back, I did a video called My Comics where I didn't do any bits. I just sort of went through the comic books I own and described them and gave them my opinion on them. And I thought I'd do something like that again because it was fun and for some reason people watched it. So I'm going to do that now. This time with something else. Fact that people might not know about me, especially if you're just watching my videos and you don't know me personally, but I'm a really big Batman fan. Now, I know people go, oh, I love Batman, but they don't actually know anything about Batman, like they've seen the Christopher Nolan films, or like they've read a couple of comics. I'm actually like a legit Batman fan, like, I really like him. I like the stories. More than Batman himself. Batman is an interesting character, but he is OP. He is overpowered. So in terms of like conflicts against his life or against the concept of Batman, I'm not that interested in. It's the characters and the stories, and the story arcs are interesting. I think the characters are interesting. I think the character dynamics are interesting. And for that reason, I'm really into Batman. Recently, for the past few months, I've been collecting not just Batman comics, but Batman action figures. Because I like action figures, number one. Why not get Batman ones? I think the design of a lot of the characters are cool, so might as well get some figurines. And instead of getting boring statues, get some opposable ones, so they can actually pose and show you can actually make a move. And so I've been collecting some, and I don't have a lot. I bought like the, not essentials, what's the word? Kind of. Like the big ones, like the less obscure characters. I'm just going to showcase them to you, describe what I like or don't like about it, and why I picked these particular ones. Let's start with one of the first ones I got, Commissioner Gordon. And we're starting on this one because I'm not a big fan of it, as you will soon see. Now, you might think I'm really reckless. Oh, you broke it. I broke this 5 seconds into having it. This is from the Batman Arkham Series 2, I think. I think it was Series 2. I'll have to double check. But yeah, Series 2. And I got it, took it out of its packaging, and then I went to bend its arm. And I literally, I'm not exaggerating, I gave it the tiniest bit of pressure. And if you look there, hopefully this will come out, it is bendable, right? So I bent it and it just snapped clean off, and then I took the glasses off in frustration. Joking. No, the glasses started, one side of the glasses bit broke, so I just took the other side off because I'm going to be getting a different Commissioner Gordon anyway. But no, yeah, bad design. The articulation's weird because his thigh goes out instead of like bending properly. And yeah, the arms say they bend, but they do not. In terms of everything else, though, the face molding, the plastic's nice and hard. I like the looseness of the tie. And there's a little gun holster there because it did come. The accessories I do have, before people have a go at me for losing accessories. They're in my Batman box. I just don't bother taking them out. But no, the face, the design on the face is quite good. So that's how I imagine Gordon would look, but with glasses. And I like the way the tie flaps about like the gun holster. It came with a gun and a radio, if I remember correctly, which makes sense. Another Arkham one. Most of these are Arkham, by the way, which I'll get into why. But Robin. Now, I'm not going to do this by least favorite to favorite, but this is also one of my least favorites. Not as bad as Gordon. I actually do like this one, but it's one of my least favorites. One reason is look at him, right, and look at him to scale with Batman. He's a bit short. I mean, it's kind of laughable. I know he is shorter than Batman. This is Tim Drake, by the way. I know Tim Drake is shorter, younger than Batman, but he does look a bit. What was the guy who played him in the 60s? Burt Ward? I feel like that's wrong. But there's a bit of that going on. Another thing I don't like. Oh, I just spoiled the Batman. But another thing I don't like is the hood. It doesn't come off, which is annoying. And if I pull it off, you'll just see like black, because it's not intended to come off. But other than that, it's fine. The articulation shit, especially because it's Robin, and like Robin is known for his like gymnastic skills. It's a bit shit that it's that. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, it's got a bit of a walking up the stairs thing going on, but the arms bend normally, I guess. Yeah, it's good. It's good. To be honest, I remember when I played Arkham City and I first saw Robin, I was really impressed. And I love this. I love this version of Robin. I think he looks really cool. Because it's hard to make Robin look cool. It's really hard. Because he's so stupid looking. But if you can make a man dressed as a bat look cool, I guess it's fine. But yeah. I think they did a good job. I think the hood, obviously, adds the whole bird thing. But they also gave him sort of the street ninja look, which works, you know what I mean? Especially for Tim Drake, it works. Moving right along in the same vein. Nightwing. If you hear some weird noises, it's my kitten meowing because I'm not giving her any attention. Nightwing, I think he looks awesome, but you can't really go wrong with Nightwing. Unless you're a comic book writer. Unfortunately, one of his batons missing. I took him out of the box, and I went to pop him into the holster. That's one of my favourite features, is that the batons actually go where they go normally. But I went to pop it in like that, and it pinged across the room, and I never found it again. So it's kind of annoying that he's got one baton. But it's not a problem, really. He's got a weird face. That's the only negative. Like, I don't imagine Dick Grayson looking like that. Do you know what I mean? I like his hair, though. He actually does have nice hair. No, it's cool. There's a lot of detail on the suit. Do you know what I mean? The articulation's slightly better. He still can't kick. He can kick higher than Robin. That's what matters. Because he was Robin. That's why. Moving along. I want to get all the Arkham ones out of the way. I only have 3 of the other kind, and I'm going to save them last because I've fallen in love with them. I got this years ago. This, along with the next one I'll show you, with the first Batman ones I got years and years ago. It's Ra's al Ghul from Arkham City. Now, you may notice his shoulder pads are missing. That's because someone in the design process of this toy decided it'd be a good idea to make them flap up and down, which means, obviously, if you drop it or something, it's going to come off. So I dropped it and one of them came off, and it looked fucking ridiculous with one on, so I just yanked the other one off. But no, yeah, he's kind of cool. I like the ties. There's really not much to say about this one, because he's just Arkham City, but no, I like the Arkham City version of Ra's al Ghul better. It's way better than the Nolan version of Ra's al Ghul, which is Liam Neeson in a suit. Like, I get that, I get that, like, it was supposed to be a surprise that he was Ra's al Ghul, but, like, he had the facial hair that anyone who's seen Batman knows is Ra's al Ghul's facial hair. So, like, I don't know, I just feel like it was a bit stupid. I always say that Nolan Batman films are for people who don't like Batman. But anyway, I got off topic. He just looks really cool. I like his beard, I like his hair. He's also got, his arms have really good articulation. But, which is weird, because you'd think the others do, but that's my complaint with these Arkham toys. They have very bad articulation. We go to Scarecrow, another one of the first ones. Very much so. This is my favorite version of Scarecrow, because the traditional one, it looks fine in comic books because it's a comic booky world, so it's okay that he looks like a Scarecrow.
Thank you, Dr. Long. I'll take that. Over my dead body, if you insist.
But if you try and transfer that into any other form of medium, he looks kind of ridiculous. Like, could you imagine Christian Bale if he fought the traditional, like, Wizard of Oz style version of Jonathan Crane? Like, he'd look ridiculous. He really would. But at the same time, I don't hate the Nolan version. I think he looks fine. but he's not as foreboding. I actually prefer how he looked in The Dark Knight than Batman Begins, because I know the straitjacket that looks all cool and edgy, but when he was just wearing a suit and the mask, I thought he looked pretty cool, as brief as his appearance in that was.
Buyer beware. I told you my compound would take you places. I never said they'd be places you wanted to go.
My business, to repeat customers.
You don't like what I have to offer, you can buy from someone else. Assuming Batman left anyone to buy from.
But no, this is by far my favorite version, for one simple reason. It's gotta be that it's so smart. It's so smart. Another thing I like, actually, about the Arkham version is his fear toxin. It's such a small thing, but his fear toxin is usually characterized as green, right? People can correct me on that. Like, actually, in issue blah blah blah, it was brown, like, whatever. But the traditional version I know of is that it's green, which is also the color of the Joker's laugh toxin. So they made it like an orangey yellow color, which is pretty cool, and it's cool that he's got on the glove. Unfortunately, due to packaging, the syringe parts are all bent, or maybe there's some law in the UK saying that you can't have pointy things. But no, it's cool. Perpetually hunched, which is an issue, doesn't make him look very foreboding. But other than that, he's really cool. He's got good articulation, considering the fact that he's Scarecrow and him being one of the brain power Batman villains rather than the muscle power Batman villains. A tier or B tier, whatever you call them. But, no, yeah, he looks pretty cool. The last of the Arkham figures. This one I didn't actually go out on my way to buy. This one came in the pack. The pack consisting of Batman, Nightwing, Robin, and Harley Quinn. Not a big fan. I literally, not of Harley Quinn, I think Harley Quinn's a great character, but of this version of Harley Quinn, I literally only got it because it came with Batman, Robin, and Nightwing, and I was like, I'll have Harley Quinn so you can go along with Joker. But I'm not a big fan, mainly of the face. It's the face that ruins it. She kind of looks like Cara Delevingne in Suicide Squad, which no one wants. But yeah, the face kind of ruins it. But everything else is fine. Again, though, like Robin, Harley Quinn's known for gymnastics. Very shit articulation. Can't really do much. Her arms go like that. That's about it. She came with a big gun. By the way, actually, sorry to backtrack. Robin came with nothing. Despite the fact that in the game he comes with a pole. Maybe if you got him in a single pack he came with shit. But he came with nothing. And then Nightwing came with his batons. Ra's al Ghul came with a sword, and Scarecrow came with, like, a bag, like the bag he holds in Arkham Asylum. But anyway, one thing I do think is pretty cool about this Harley Quinn figure is the chain on her belt is a chain, and that's about it. She came in a pack, and it's fine, I guess. It's serviceable. Also, some good detail on her tattoo, which I don't remember her having, but it's fine. Batman, pretty plain and simple. He's got shit articulation as well, but he looks really good. There's detail. He's heavy. He's meaty. And the cape's dope. And here's my favorite thing about the cape, is that it's flat here, so when you stand him up, it looks like he's draping it. It's not like all awkwardly like in my hand, which most, as someone who's owned a lot of Batman action figures, most of them do that, or they have that really shitty, cheap cotton that just sucks. I used to burn it because it burned and I was bored and I grew up without internet. On my searches for, it's going on to the last 3 now. On my searches for Batman action figures online, some of them ran up really high in price, like ridiculously high in price. And therefore, I almost abandoned on the next one I'm going to show you. I almost abandoned finding this character. And then I found a series of action figures called Batman Design. You're going to have to, if you put in Google Batman Design action figure, it'll come up. Batman characters, but specific versions of them. And it's amazing. Did you see that? You might have spoiled it. It was amazing. It's amazing. It really is, because whoever chooses what versions to go with just knows what the best versions of all these characters were. I actually regret finding them so late, because I wouldn't have bothered with the Arkham Batman. Because I found them, I regret not finding them earlier, because they did all, well, not all of them, I wish they did all of them, but they did Batman, for example, and they did Gordon, and I've got a shitty Gordon that's broken, and I've lost, so I might buy their version of Gordon, because instead of grey, he's got like ginger hair, it's like young Gordon. Anyway, off topic. They also did my next one, the Riddler, and I love him. I don't know what it is. I think it's 0 year Riddler. That's probably the nerdiest thing I've ever said. But I think it's 0 year Riddler. However, oh no, it's gonna get worse. However, the 0 year Riddler's mask was different. It went behind his ears. It's sort of tied at the back. But he did have the sideburns. But no, yeah, doesn't he look great? I'm sorry, I know it's really simple, but look, he's got the smile. He looks different. He's got the question mark, and he stands really well as well. You can't see that. He stands really well as well. He came with one thing. I don't know why. Doesn't even matter how hard you try. No, he came with a staff, which he holds in his left hand. That's not where it goes. Like that. Like so. Riddle me this, riddle me that. Blah, 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 blah. No, I think he's really cool. He and the rest of these versions have really simple articulation. But, I don't know, there's something about the stance and the design and the attention to detail. Because look at I don't know if this will ever come out properly when I keep bringing it to the camera. But look at the back of his head, the like individual lines. He's got wrinkles on his face, like frown lines. No McAfee. He's got wrinkles on his face, like frown lines. He looks really cool, in my opinion. Yeah. I don't know whether to show you my favorite first or the one that people would be most interested in seeing. I'll show you my favorite first. My favorite by far is the Two-Face action figure. Two-Face is probably my favorite Batman villain. I don't think he's ever been done right. I think, and not in terms of the actors, because Aaron Eckhart is a great casting for Two-Face, but he was horrifically underused. It's the writing. People have never written him right. Never. I don't, I'm not even going to discuss Tommy Lee Jones, because he was doing his own thing during that. Billy D. Williams could have been interesting, but I don't think Tim Burton could have written Harvey Two-Face. I think it's too complicated of a character for Tim Burton. But anyway, so let's do it side by side. So the only complaint I have about this action figure is that his Harvey Dent face is a little bit anime. It's a little bit anime, but I can get over that. One thing you'll notice with these, where the fuck? Oh, I put Riddler back. One thing you'll notice, I'm hiding Two-Face's burnt face because I want it to be a surprise. But one thing you'll notice with these is that Robin and Batman... I'll get one who shows more of their face. Yeah, that'll do. Oh, this is a good one. Right, so these are Arkham action figures. Nightwing, look at Nightwing's face. Look at Gordon's face. It's essentially the same face. It's the big nose and the pointed chin. I feel like I'm really shitting on these. They are good for the most part, but, but look, like, as much as it is an anime face, they're really different. They're really different. Yeah, that's really cool. Another thing, to move on to the feet, the attention to detail. His white foot has a gold strap. Silver on the black. It's small stuff like that people like me notice. We'll move on to the face now, and I'll show you my favorite thing about it last. Me always are like, could Two-Face see through his left eye because he's got no eyelids? Would it have dried out? This one answers this question by straight up getting rid of his eye, and then it like the flesh is like melted over it. That is awesome. I don't know what comic book this is from, but I'm probably going to get it soon, simply because I've got an outstanding order of every month I get sent Batman comics, so I'll probably find out soon. If not, I'll look into it. If not, if you do know, I keep looking at that, that's a camera, that's a microphone. If you do know, please let me know. Now onto the hands, which are my favourite part. So you got the human. You got the Harvey Dent hand, which has the coin, and one thing you will not be able to see, but I'll give it a try, is that it's actually scratched. They actually went through the effort to scratch the coin, which I really appreciate, but that's not my favourite aspect. My favourite aspect is the bad hand, because there, on the inside of the hand it's normal, and on the top of the fingers it's normal, and it only gets burnt around the back of the hand. Now that is good. Why? Because why would Harvey Dent be burnt completely on his left side? Why would that be the case? He had acid thrown in his face. So it would make sense that he'd be like, when it got, and it would get on the back of his hand. I don't know if that's what they intended, but it's attention to detail like that that makes this my favorite. I'm getting Mr. Freeze today. Again, part of the design collection. I didn't even get a proper look at it. I just saw it was part of the design collection, and I just bought that shit. This is the one I think people will be most interested in. I'm gonna do that so I can lower him in. What colour is that? That's purple, because it's the Joker! This one's really cool for a reason that I'm going to show you. So, he came with a full-on, like, American Psycho axe, and a revolver that had a little flag that said bang on it. I would take this stuff out to show you, by the way, but I can't be arsed. I don't know which comic this is from, but I love this version of the Joker. It's not my favorite design of the Joker. Easily the Batman animated series version of the Joker is my favorite design. But this is really cool. If you wanted to make the Joker sort of formidable in the modern age and not so goofy, the black suit thing with the slick back hair is really cool. It's got a bit of a Richard Spencer thing going on, which is funny. My favorite part about this is, look at that, smecklings of green paint on the back of his head. I don't know why, I just think that's really cool. I think it's a cool feature. The idea that there were speckles after his hair got dyed. Oh my god, did you just break the action figure? No. It also came with an interchangeable head. That looks exactly the same! Wah. No, it's not. I think what they're implying is that it's the Joker after he got shot in the face, because his cheek is burnt out and there's a chunk of his ear missing and it's flesh coloured. The only thing I don't understand, and this might just be because I haven't read the comic where this version of the Joker is from, is that half of his hair's gone. Like, whatever, but half of his hair's gone. It's fine, but half of his hair's gone. You know what? I do hope the design company that make these cool Batman figures, these special, unique ones, I hope they do a Harley Quinn, because they really don't go together. He looks so cool, and she's all like Evanescence. He looks like a mobster, and she looks like Avril Lavigne. It doesn't, and they're a unit, you know. These two are often paired together. Riddler and Two-Face, they're from the same collection, so you know what I'm saying? Even if it's Arkham, they look good together. If I could go back, if you gave me my money back and sent me back in time and was like, you can start your collection again, I would pick one company. That's what I would do. I would pick one company or one version of the company and just do that and just run with that. Because the alternative is these really mixed and matched. I guess one thing that's kind of cool is that the heroes are really realistic and gritty, and then you've got the villains who are all cartoony and comic booky. Maybe I won't. Maybe it is a good thing. Maybe the way they clash is like the way they clash in the comic books. Thanks for watching. If I'm going to do another one of these, it will be when I've received all my Batman comics, and it will be me individually reviewing them. you don't have to watch that. Just like you didn't have to watch this. If you did watch this, if you got all the way through and listened to me talk about Batman toys for 26 minutes, give or take, wow. Thanks. If you didn't enjoy it, if you're like, this was shit, I'm never getting this time back, understandable, have a great day. If you did enjoy it, if you were like, it was actually interesting hearing you talk about Batman action figures, you're kind of weird.